Hi, I'm here to do an episode ranking for the New Adventures of Batman, the 1977 Batman cartoon show. And why I decided to do an episode ranking for the New Adventures of Batman is because it didn't have that many episodes, so it's pretty easy to do. And also, I think the New Adventures of Batman is underrated. I don't think it has the emotional complexity and nuance of Batman the Animated Series or anything like that, but I do think it's a very entertaining cartoon show, and I really like it having the voices of Adam West and Burt Ward in it. I think it's a pretty solid show, and there are some episodes that I really like, and there are some episodes I'm not the biggest fan of, but I still thought it'd be fun to rank them, and um, I don't think any of the episodes are awful or anything like that, but there are some episodes that the premises and stuff don't personally appeal to me, but that doesn't mean that they're terribly made or anything like that. Um, in 15th place, in last place, Dead Rainers. Uh, it is a Clayface episode, and I've established before, uh, Clayface is a character I'm not a very big fan of. I consider Clayface to be my least favorite out of all the prominent Batman villains. And to be fair, the New Adventures of Batman Clayface isn't super scary like the animated series version, but he does lack a lot of the entertainment value, the fun personality of a lot of the other villains. And on top of that, Dead Rainers, an episode where uh, it seems like the dynamic duo have gone bad, but it's clearly not them doing it. Them being framed and that kind of plot isn't terribly interesting to me. So very much not an episode for me in a lot of ways. Number 14, Trouble Identity, another example of a character being framed on Trouble Identity. Catwoman framing Batgirl, and with Catwoman being there, I mean it's better than Clayface, but the New Adventures of Batman Catwoman isn't that great. There's a lot of great versions of Catwoman. Not a huge fan of Catwoman in the New Adventures of Batman. Not a terribly interesting episode in my opinion. 13, The Chameleon. Um, the Chameleon, pretty forgettable episode. Not an episode that bothers me a lot. Just not an episode that's super exciting or really sticks out in my memory. And with the villain, the Chameleon, not terribly memorable. Um, uh, and yeah. And then number 12, Bite Sized, episode with the villain Electro, but not the Chameleon from Spider Man and not the Electro from Spider Man. I wonder if Filmation knew that there were Spider Man villains with the same name, or if it was just a coincidence, which it could have been. Because Chameleon and Electro, I don't think were too well known back then. And the Chameleon and Electro in the New Adventures of Batman, at least to me, feel like much different characters than the ones from Spider Man. Feel like has almost nothing to do with them. But anyways, the Electro in New Adventures of Batman is kind of amusing. There's some fun stuff in it, but not an episode that's terribly exciting, at least in my opinion. 11, Curses, Oiled Again, a Catwoman Clayface team up. One of the least interesting ideas for a villain team up, in my opinion. Not a lot of great story potential between Clayface and Catwoman teaming up, but I think that there's a reporter that is constantly saying bad things about Batman. Is very over the top, so that character provides some good humor to an otherwise underwhelming episode, in my opinion. 10, The Moon Man. An episode that feels like it has a little bit more of nuance in it, involving the Moon Man character and a little bit of what feels like character development. Not one of the more entertaining episodes, which is what I go to New Adventures of Batman for, but still a good episode. 9. This looks like a job for Batmite. New Adventures of Batman is very Batmite heavy, and he is very entertaining. And it's a fun episode getting to see Batmite be so heroic, getting to fight his own enemy. So it's a solid episode. Not quite as Batman focused as I would want it to be, but definitely not bad. Uh, 8. Deep Freeze, the Mr. Freeze episode of the show, which is a very entertaining episode, very amusing, pretty ridiculous, solid episode. 7. Have an Evil Day, the 1-2-parter in the show, which brings in an enemy for Batmite, Zarbor, but also has Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, and Clayface in it. And when it's focusing on the villains together, it's a lot of fun, especially because of Joker and Penguin. When it focuses more on the Zarbor stuff, not as interesting, but a solid two-parter. 6. Reading, Writing, and Wronging. Very entertaining episode involving the Penguin and him causing trouble. And the Penguin in the show is a lot of fun, which is pretty typical for the Penguin. So there's a lot of good moments in it. 5. A Sweet Joke on Gotham City. The Sweet Tooth episode. Very funny episode, very ridiculous, very over the top, very much what I want from the New Adventures of Batman. Very memorable episode for sure, in my opinion. 4. He Who Laughs Last. A very fun Joker episode. Joker is very over the top, delightfully entertaining episode. It's a really good episode. 3. The Pest, the with Batmite, with the Joker. It's a lot of fun. It really stands out. Joker taking a car that runs on water, and the Joker is very entertaining. The show, very good stuff. 2. Birds of a Feather Fool Around Together, a body swap episode. And normally body swap episodes are hit or miss, but I think that Birds of a Feather Fool Around Together is one of the hits. One of the funniest body swap episodes I've seen, because it's a body swap between Batmite and the Penguin. And I love the Penguin in Batmite's body, trying to be this intimidating villain, while as Batmite talking to the Joker, talking to the other bad guys, and being so intimidating while looking like Batmite. It's really fun stuff. It's a really good episode. And then 1, the Bermuda Rectangle, the Professor Bubbles episode. And I think that Sweet Tooth is the big villain that the New Adventures of Batman is remembered for, which makes sense. He's a lot of fun. But I think Professor Bubbles is even funnier. And I think that him trying to be more serious than Sweet Tooth makes him even funnier. Professor Bubbles not only has that great name, has one of the most ridiculous sounding voices where he talks like, I mean, he is underwater, but he talks like he's underwater even though his assistant is talking normally. And he has a ridiculous huge smile on his face the whole time, and just uh, I could hardly believe what I was watching while watching the episode, and I was having so much fun. Professor Bubbles has really sticked in my memory. I think he's one of the funniest obscure Batman villains. Easily one of the funniest one-time Batman villains. I think right up there with Farmer Brown from the new Batman Adventures. I think that the Bermuda Rectangle is. I think the episode that stuck in my memory the most. And there's a little competition, but if I had to give it to just one, the Bermuda Rectangle. So that's my ranking of the New Adventures of Batman.